What's going on? Happy Thursday. What's popping, Facebook familia? It's your boy Ced coming to you live here from Tampa. Super duper shout out to all my network marketing buddies and pals, my affiliate marketing buddies and pals, my regular familia. Hope you guys are having a wonderful Thursday. I know a lot of people are preparing for the weekend. Some of us down here in Florida are preparing for the hurricane, boarding up, doing all that good stuff. I'm so glad that the hurricane doesn't have a ghetto name. Like when they start coming out, with the ghetto names with the hurricanes, like you got to be like paranoid. So right now they still have, proper names. So I just hope that they never come out with the ghetto names. Then it's going to really be some trouble. So I hope you guys are staying safe and dry. I appreciate all the prayers that are coming for all of us down here in Florida. We got some decisions to make here over the next 48 hours, that is for sure. But that didn't stop me from popping in here and giving you guys a shout out here this evening and talking about the two words that creates all 6, 7, and 8-figure earners inside of network marketing. Two words, two simple words that create every single 6, 7, and 8-figure earner, the ones that you know, as well as the ones that you do not know. Now, I'm under the assumption that quite a few of you already know what those two words are. However, I also know that there's a bunch of you that might not know what those two words are. So I'm not going to assume it, but do me a favor. If you're on here live, drop me a 1. If you're on here on the recording, drop me a 2. And if you're here for the very first time, drop me a 3. So I can kick off somebody that's playing Mafia Wars or Farmville and make room for a fellow entrepreneur. What's going on, Mr. Stenson? UOP in the house. I see quite a few people that are on here. What's up, James? What's up, Big Al? What's up, Corey? What's up, Steven? Hey, Tina. What's up, Archie? What's up, Colette? Gabby, what's going on, Rockstar? It's been a while. Tell your brother I said, what's up? Shelly's in the house, Mitch is in the house, Tina's in the house, Leslie's in the house, Pete is in the house, Bonita is in the house. Quite a few of you are here. I really, truly appreciate it. I know you could have been anywhere in the world and you chose to hang out with me for the next 15 minutes or so. So what are those two words? Anybody got an idea? What are those two words? What are those two words that actually creates every single 6, 7, and 8-figure earner? Ones that you know, as well as ones that you don't know. Two simple words. Two simple words that create every 6, 7, and 8-figure earner out there. What are those two words? Somebody help me out. There's a bunch of you that are on this live. If you happen to be on the recording, you can type it in as well. So type it in. What do you think it is? Steven says attitude and activity. That's a good one. So y'all are going to be typing in some really, really good responses. So I will tell you, as fellow networkers that are looking at this specific Facebook Live, I would highly suggest that you look at the comments as well, because there's going to be some really, really good feedback on this. I can tell you that right now. I can already tell. So let's see. What are those two words? What are those two words? Leslie says, don't quit. Those are good. That's good. That's good. Work hard. That's a good one. That's a good one. Wendy says yes and no. That's a good one. Giovanni says hard work. That's a good one. Okay. Not quite, but we're getting close. Steven says do and teach. Really good. Really good. Not quite. Not quite. Good one, though. You got all these are good. All of these are actually correct answers. It's just not the one that I'm actually looking for. But all of these are great, great, great responses. But let's keep it moving. Who else do we have? Let me know. Let me know. What else do you got? Duplicate. That's only one word, Monique. That's only one word. Duplicate what? Yeah. Add a word to that. That's not it, but add a word to that, though. Colette says, work it. Work it, work it, work it. Good one, Colette. Good one. Not quite. Not quite. Wendy says, do or don't. That's a good one. Tina says, less is more. That's 3 words. Not quite, Tina. Good shot, though. Good shot. Good shot. Let's see here. Akil says, hard work. Really, really good one. Really, really good one. Not quite. Not quite. Not quite. Big Frank, what's up, man? I see you out there crushing it, Frank. You think I can't see, Frank? You think I can't see? I know I'm in 7,200 Facebook groups, but I see it all. Good job, Frank. Keep up the great work, brother. I love that, man. Steven says invest and sell. Good one. Jerome says stay focused. Good one. Good one. Not quite. Not quite. Good one. All right, let's go ahead and dance. Let's go ahead and give you an answer. What are the two words that actually creates every 6, 7, and 8 figure income earner? Every one. Every last one. What are the two words? Staying uncomfortable. Staying uncomfortable. The two words, Daphne, right there in the top, darling. What are the two words that creates every 6, 7, and 8 figure earner? Ones that you know and ones that you don't know. Staying uncomfortable. Living within that uncomfortability. Staying there. Thriving on being uncomfortable. Now, why is that so important? And why was that the magic answer? I want you to think about where you are today from an income level. No matter who you are that's on this specific live, no matter who you are, I want you to think about where you are in your income level right now. So I don't know what your bank account looks like. Only you know what your bank account looks like. I don't know exactly what you make every single month. Only you know exactly what you make every single month. So if you're at $5 grand a month, you know that. If you're at 10 grand a month, you know that. If you're at 20 grand a month, you know that. If you're at 40 grand a month, you know that. Now, what got you to those numbers? I want you to sit back and think, what got me to 5 grand a month? What got me to 10 grand a month? What got me to 20 grand a month? What got me to 40 grand a month? Okay? You know what got you there? Now that you got that answer locked into your brain? Now, if you want to take it a step further, and you really truly realize that you only got a handful of months left and then it's 2020, and you really truly realize that the earth is spinning on its axis a lot faster than normal, and you really truly realize that just yesterday it was January, and you really truly realize that there's a slight chance with that inverted yield curve that some interesting things might be on the horizon. So you know you got to make some moves. What is going to get you to the next level? What's going to get you to the next level? Staying uncomfortable. That means that you got to start learning some things that you don't currently know right now. So for an example, okay, I'm currently doing a Facebook Live, right? So I'm on a Facebook Live. I'm comfortable doing a Facebook Live, okay? Let's say that you're uncomfortable doing a Facebook Live. And you're like, you know what? I'm not doing a Facebook Live every day. You know, you say, I'm not doing Facebook Lives. I just don't like the way my hair looks. I don't like the way my hairline looks. I don't like the way my teeth look. I don't like the way my eyes look. I'm just not comfortable in front of the camera. I would rather be on a conference call, or I would rather send an email, or I would rather do this, and I would rather do that. You basically want to be seen, but you don't want to be seen. Let me say that again for the people in the nosebleed seats that really didn't get it. You want to be seen, but you don't want to be seen. You want people to see you. You want people to respect you. You want people to follow you, but you don't want to be seen. So you can't hide behind a computer and think that, okay, I'm going to get to 100 grand a month. You said you want to get to 100 grand a month, 50 grand a month, 80 grand a month. You want to get past where you are today. That means that you have to live inside of that uncomfortable situation. So what are some things that make you uncomfortable? Doing videos make you uncomfortable? That's exactly what you should be doing. Like, you should just face that head on. Face it head on. That makes you uncomfortable. I don't know how to do videos. Do it. Oh, I don't know how to blog. Okay, do it. Do it. I'm uncomfortable writing. Okay, learn it. Write. Do it. I don't know how to outsource stuff. Okay, great. Take a course on outsourcing and hire somebody for $3 an hour to write your blog. Okay? Understand being uncomfortable is what's going to create the income that you truly desire. Being comfortable got you to where you are right now. So wherever you are right now, got you, whatever you've been doing up to this point got you to where you are right now. If it's 10 grand a month, if it's 20 grand a month, if it's 50 grand a month, and maybe you did some uncomfortable things to get there. However, now that you're at that level and you say, I want to take it to another level, how often are you living inside of that uncomfortability? So, prime example, you know, some of you got a boatload of people that you have on your chicken list. You got a boatload of people that you have on your chicken list, right? That you are afraid to call. So I did a three-way with one of my reps here a few days ago, and she was so excited because she actually was doing a three-way with someone that's been on her chicken list for probably about a year. And, you know, we did a little bit of a challenge inside of my group. And she said, you know what, I'm just going to take the bull by the horn. Screw it. And she called this person who was a doctor, right? Already a successful doctor, making about $300,000 a year. And she called him and just pitched him, screw it, I'm just going to get uncomfortable. And he was very interested. And even though he was making great money, he saw an opportunity because he had no residual. That was someone saying, okay, I'm going to live inside of this uncomfortability. Now, here's what happens when you start to live inside of the uncomfortability. Okay, the uncomfortable starts to become comfortable. Did you get that? The uncomfortable starts to become comfortable. See, when you call that person on a chicken list that you were scared to call because you were uncomfortable doing it, and then you realize that you still have your eyebrows, you still have your hairline, it didn't bite your head off, nothing happened, no handicap sticker showed up in your car, it was just a phone call, and that's all it was. You can get a little comfortable and say, you know what, I can do that again. And then you go do it again. Then you're like, you know what, okay, I can do that again. Then you go do that again. And then all of a sudden, you calling people on your chicken list that used to be uncomfortable now is comfortable. So now we get to put that in the box of being comfortable now. Because now we done called 15 people on our chicken list, 20 people on our chicken list, 30 people on our chicken list. Now we're not afraid anymore. We just start calling them on a regular now because we're now comfortable with it. Now we've got to add something else that makes us uncomfortable. What else is going to make you uncomfortable? So for an example, maybe you typically go to bed at 11:30 at night, after, you stroll through Facebook and Instagram and you're looking at what's going on in everybody else's life and all this good stuff. And you're like, you know what, it's time to go to bed. And you're not drinking energy drinks at 11 o'clock like me. So your energy level is a little down. It's like, okay, it's time to crash. And you go to sleep. You're comfortable, right? What if, instead of you going to bed at 11:30 or 12 o'clock, you were a little uncomfortable and you decided to read a paragraph of a personal development book. You decided to cut everything off and focus on learning a craft at 11 o'clock at night. You started going through a specific YouTube training or article marketing training or Facebook traffic training, or Ezon training or blogging training or some sort of training that now you're uncomfortable doing because it's 11:30, 12 o'clock at night. See, once you start living inside of that, ladies and gentlemen, some interesting things start to happen. If you don't think this is true, feel free to not do it. Feel free to, if you typically get up at 8 o'clock in the morning, just continue to keep getting up at 8 o'clock in the morning and don't get up at 5:30 or 6 o'clock and do something that's uncomfortable. It's so crazy that we look at people in the gym. We look at people in the gym all the time and we see people that have muscles, right? We see people that have the veins and the muscles and they didn't do anything illegal. They didn't take any steroids and the creatine and this and that. They did it all naturally, right? We look at these people and we are in amazement. But we forget that a dumbbell is actually, think about this, a dumbbell. A dumbbell is a dumbbell. I want you to think about that. A dumbbell is a dumbbell. It just sits there. It does nothing without you. Nothing. It's just dumb. It just sits there. It does absolutely nothing. Now, if you don't work the dumbbell, it does nothing. So before any muscles show up, before any veins show up, you have to get uncomfortable. You have to get uncomfortable. And you got to live inside of that uncomfort in order to see major success. I remember in 1993 when I went to boot camp, and when we got off of the bus, in boot camp, 42 of us got off the bus and they started running us, right? They started running us like crazy. Now, the only time I ever ran is when the police was chasing me when I was young. I didn't run voluntarily. I didn't run track. I didn't run for any other reason but when I had that pack in my pocket and the police was running after me. After that, that's the only time I ran. Okay, so going to boot camp and having drill instructors yell in your ear, da da da, all this crazy nonsense, then you know that you're facing 10 years in the penitentiary. You do whatever they say. You do whatever they say. So you're running, right? You're running. Now the first day, oh man, that hurt, man. It hurt, man. We were sitting down in the jail smoking Black and Milds all day long. So when you're smoking 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 Black and Milds a day, and then all of a sudden you got people running you like crazy, nah, man, that's not a good look, man. My lungs ain't ready for that. You want me to run 10 miles? For what? You crazy? It's uncomfortable. Day 2, it's uncomfortable. Day 3, it's uncomfortable. Day 4, it's uncomfortable. Day 5, day 6, day 7, it's uncomfortable. By the second week, it's a little less uncomfortable. By the third week, it's a little more less uncomfortable. By month number 1, it's still uncomfortable, but it's not as uncomfortable. 3 months later, we're running 20 miles like Tic Tacs. And now it's not uncomfortable. In the beginning, 2 miles almost killed us. Now we're running 20 miles like it's nothing. Why? Because you have trained your body to live inside of the uncomfort. So when you say, hey, I want to make 6 figures in a month, man, what are you doing to get uncomfortable? It blows my mind when people throw out these pie in the sky numbers, but then they get off of Facebook Live or they put down a book and they go cut on their automatic income reducer and don't do anything uncomfortable. They do the same thing that they did to get them to where they are today, but yet they have this wish of, I want to be a millionaire. They have this wish of, I want to make 8 figures. They have this wish of, I want to get to 80 grand a month, and now I'm at 8 grand a month, but you're still doing the same exact things that you did at 8 grand a month, and now you want to get to 80 grand a month. What are you doing to live inside of your uncomfort? So I want you to think about all the things that are happening inside of your world that you're comfortable in. All the things that you're comfortable in. So right now, we've got a lot of uncomfortable people in Florida. Oh my goodness, you go to 7-Eleven, you go to Walmart, you go to Publix, it's extremely uncomfortable. There's no water. Same people that ain't drank water in 30 days, now all of a sudden they got water everywhere. They totally forgot that the running water still works. I mean, if the hurricane does come, like, you still got running water. They forgot about that, right? It's like, I just need all that water. Everybody's uncomfortable, right? They're uncomfortable because they see something coming that makes them uncomfortable. See, there's only 2 things that will motivate you as a human being. Don't you ever forget it. 2 things. There's only 2 things that are going to motivate you as a human being. Pain and pleasure. That's it. Those are the only 2 things that are going to motivate you. Pain or pleasure, or both. Pain or pleasure, or both. Those are the only 2 motivating factors as a human being. Okay? So when somebody sees a hurricane in the ocean, what's the motivating factor? Pain. My house might blow away. I better board this thing up. Pain. Ooh, the power might be out. We need some water. We need some food. We need some hot dogs. We need this. We need that. Okay? Pain. That's the motivating factor. Okay? So if pain and pleasure are your 2 motivating factors, what's motivating you to stay uncomfortable? What's motivating you to stay uncomfortable? Or are you so comfortable that you're like, screw being uncomfortable? I'm good. I'm happy with my Honda Civic. I'm happy in my 1,100 square foot house. You know, I'm happy with the way my life is. I'm happy with my 3 grand a month. If that's your thing, more power to you. It's cool. I mean, if that's where you want to be in life, that's cool. There's no knock to you. But if you're comfortable in doing that, please don't ask God for more, because you're not willing to go do more. Please stop praying and saying, show me signs. And then when you get the sign, you ignore the sign. Stop it. Stop it. You have to live inside of that uncomfort. Period. Period. So how quickly are you willing to do it? How bad do you really want it? How bad do you really want it? How bad do you really want it? Oh, Sid, I really, really want it bad. Don't tell me. Don't type it in. Just like Frank says, just get uncomfortable and stay there. Stay there. Stop wishing to be a 6-figure earner. Stop wishing to be a 7-figure earner. Stop wishing to be an 8-figure earner, and stay stinking uncomfortable. Stay uncomfortable and live there and be so cool in that place. Be so cool driving 11, 12, 1 o'clock in the morning from an event. Be so cool, you know, having to get up at 5 o'clock in the morning to get to the airport and be there by 6:30, and you're uncomfortable and you're freaking sleep on the floor at the airport or something. Live inside of that uncomfort and create those stories so you can look back later and say, man, that was a crazy time in my life. But think about all the things that you did to stay uncomfortable. You see, no matter who you are looking at this live, if you've had any sort of success inside of your life, I can promise you that a lot of it was followed by some uncomfort. It was followed by you being uncomfortable, because you had to do some things that you didn't do before. You say you want to make 7 figures and you think you're going to get there doing the same thing that you did to make 5 figures. Stop it. Stop fooling yourself. Stop fooling yourself. Put the vodka down. That Tito's got your brain fucked up. Okay? You got to get real with yourself. You got to get real with yourself. You got to get real with yourself and say, you know what? How am I living in an uncomfortable place? What am I doing every day to put me in this uncomfortable place so I can achieve the goals that I deserve? What am I doing that's not natural? What am I doing that I got to learn? What new skill set do I have to learn? What do I have to do to get better so I can stand out from all the noise, from all the crowds? You know what's so crazy about technology? Technology has put you in a situation where you can learn to get real uncomfortable, but most of us just keep ignoring it. Most of us just keep ignoring it. So I give you a prime example. I'm not the biggest Instagram guy, right? Because I don't know Instagram, right? However, I'm starting to play with Instagram and it's uncomfortable. But I know based upon the trends that I see and the amount of traffic that Instagram has that I have to get on Instagram, whether it's uncomfortable or not. I've got to start doing videos on Instagram. I got to figure out these hashtags on Instagram. I got to study some freaking courses on Instagram. The same exact thing that we did when we were looking at Facebook Lives or doing YouTubes or email marketing or whatever the case may be. It's a marketing platform. It's a place where people are living. You have to learn it. So that means that you got to get uncomfortable. If you want to reach the masses, if you don't want to reach the masses, then don't learn it. Don't learn it. Just stay doing what you did 10 years ago. And then you'll get the same results that you got 10 years ago. And if you think that you're going to ride off of your name from 10 years ago, you're fooling yourself. You're fooling yourself. See, if all of us could ride off of our name from 10 years ago, none of us will be doing Facebook Lives. None of us will be doing Instagram. None of us will be doing blogging. None of us will be doing Instagram. None of us will be posting anywhere. None of us will be doing anything, okay? Because we built something 10 years ago. We built this name for ourselves 10 years ago, 15 years ago. We got a brand and we'll just ride off of that. No, that's not how the game works. That's not how the game works. You see, 10 years ago, there was no Instagram. 10 years ago, everybody wasn't living on YouTube. 10 years ago, everybody wasn't living on Facebook. Okay, none of those things were happening. 10 years ago, people didn't go to a platform and tell all their business. 10 years ago, we didn't have a bunch of keyboard gangsters that would say stuff on Facebook that they would never say to somebody's face. Okay, never. Okay, we live in a whole different world right now. So because we live in a whole different world, you've got to adapt or you get left behind. It's just that simple. You got to adapt or you get left behind. It's just that simple. And the only reason why you don't adapt is because you don't want to get uncomfortable. That's it. That's it. The only reason why you haven't dialed into YouTube right now is because you don't want to get uncomfortable. Oh, said, you have no idea how many people that I've talked to that just are afraid of the camera. I mean, like legitimately afraid of the camera. And it's not that they're afraid of the camera, they're afraid of judgment. You're not afraid of the camera. You're not afraid of YouTube. You're not afraid of Facebook Live. You're not afraid of Instagram. You're not afraid of the green dot that I'm looking at right now. What you're afraid of is judgment. That's what you're afraid of. You're afraid of the people judging you from where you live. You're afraid of the judgment from the background. You're afraid of the judgment from your hair. You're afraid of the judgment from your skin. You're afraid of the judgment from your teeth. You're afraid of the judgment from what you think people are going to say. You're afraid of the judgment. That's the only thing that's stopping you. So then you will sit still and stay in a comfortable place and do what makes you comfortable. The things that got you to where you are today. I know some phenomenal networkers, right? I know some phenomenal networkers that the world deserves to know. The world deserves to know. But because of that word being uncomfortable, a lot of people don't know them. And they come up with other excuses of why they don't do videos or why they don't do this and doing that. Let's just call a spade a spade. Let's call a spade a spade. Like don't try to fool me. It's not my business. It's not my check. It's your check. So telling somebody else why you don't do anything doesn't really mean anything because it's your check. You're affecting your check. So if that person wasn't around, if it wasn't your mother, your father, your sister, your brother, your upline, your downline, your left leg, your right leg, your leg with no kneecap or whatever, all these people that you're giving these bullshit excuses to, if none of those people were around, and it was just you, what would you say to yourself? Why am I not doing this again? Why am I not doing that video again? Why am I not writing that article again? Why don't I have blogs again? Why am I not on Instagram again? Why am I not in these different places again? Oh, the judgment. The judgment. Hey, Anna Marie, I like that comment. Cedrick, I'm trying not to stutter when I speak with people. Great, do me a favor. You want some help with that right now? Eliminate the word try. Don't try, just do. Say, Cedrick, I don't stutter when I speak to people. Like, lock it into your subconscious. Trick your subconscious. Your subconscious is running your life. So lock it in your subconscious. I never stutter when I speak. 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 I speak extremely clearly. I never stutter when I speak. I never stutter when I speak. Lock that into your subconscious, Anne-Marie, and watch what happens. Because you don't stutter when you speak. Your subconscious is telling you that you stutter when you speak, and you agree with your subconscious. So guess what you do? You stutter when you speak. Tell your subconscious you don't stutter when you speak and watch what happens. Now, I'm not going to say it's going to happen overnight, but start to embed it in your brain and watch what happens. Our subconscious mind runs our life. Just like your subconscious mind is one of the reasons why so many people don't get uncomfortable, because they're cool with being comfortable. Your subconscious mind says, you don't need to do that. You're better than that. You ain't got to do that. You can do it from the telephone. You ain't got to worry about that. You can do it from the email. You ain't got to do what them other people do. Don't worry about it. You ain't got to do none of that. You don't need these people to know who you are. Don't worry about it. Johnny built his business this way. You ain't got to do what those other people do. Okay, great. Let's go ahead and keep trying to do what Johnny does. Awesome. Go ahead. Just follow Johnny. Follow Johnny. Like, listen to Johnny. Listen to Johnny. Follow Johnny. I'm just curious, though. You've been following Johnny for a year and you ain't got Johnny's results. You ain't got Johnny's results. And if you're really following Johnny, are you really, really, really doing what Johnny does? Like, I love it when people try to train people to do certain things that they learn from somebody else, but then they're not doing what that person is doing. So if you train people to say, hey, here's an example, right? If you train people and you say, hey, you should be doing videos every single day you should be doing videos, blah, 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 blah. Are you doing them? Can they go to your wall and see it? If you train people to go do house parties all the time, you want to build your business XYZ a month, you need to go do home parties. You need to book home parties. You need to do XYZ home parties 3, 4, 5 times a week. Okay, great. You told your team to do that. Are you doing that? Or are you just telling them to do it? Do they see you doing it? Do they see you doing it? Or do you just get on the call and just tell everybody to do it? Are you a dictator or are you a prover? Are you a dictator or are you a prover? Here, let me dictate to all of you what you should do, but I'm not going to do it because I did it 10 years ago and I don't got to do it no more. That ain't what Johnny does. Johnny's out there doing it every stinking day. So if you're going to tell people to do what Johnny does, can you at least be doing what Johnny does before you dictate it to anybody else? See, the proof is in the pudding. But the reason why people won't do what Johnny does, the reason why people won't do what Mary does, the reason why people won't do what other people do, because they're not willing to stay uncomfortable. So here's a prime example, right? I'll give you a prime example, okay? I got a friend of mine. Some of y'all follow her. Some of y'all see her online. Her name is Jessie Lee Ward. Some of y'all know Jessie Lee, right? Hashtag Boss Lee. I messed that all up. Okay. All right. 2 different companies. We're not in the same deal together. She's just a freaking monster. But here's one thing that you can bank on a regular basis, right? She's on Instagram. She's on Facebook every single day. Now, 5 years ago, was she on Facebook, Instagram every single day? No. Now, if she tells people, hey, you should be doing videos XYZ times a week, can they go to her wall and see her doing them? Yes. Do they have 700 people on at the same time? Maybe not. But when she started doing videos, did she have 700 people on there? No. She was talking to 1 or 2. And then maybe some days she was talking to herself. But some of y'all are so locked in, worried about who's looking at your video, worried about who's liking your video. You are locked in on likes and comments. Like, likes and comments run your life. Social media has fucked up so many people's heads. It's ridiculous. It is ridiculous what social media has done to people's brains. It blows my mind what social media has done to people's brains. You think you can't move based upon, I didn't get enough likes on that one. Ooh, I didn't get enough comments on that one. Ooh, I got to play with this algorithm a little bit because, these people didn't like what I said. You shouldn't be doing videos based upon what people think. You shouldn't be doing videos or posts based upon you should be doing videos and posts based upon how you feel, based upon what you like. Not whatever, if there's always going to be people that are going to have their opinion about what you're doing. And if you keep hanging your hat on the opinions of what other people are going to say or what other people are going to do, you're going to be broke, busted, and disgusted. Because you're going to be upset because you're going to live this little safe little life of, I'm not going to say anything. I'm going to be really nice and I'm going to cage myself. Brad Lee said something the other day that I thought that was profound. It was profound. He said, you know what? There's too many people out there trying to be other people. You just need to be you. So look, if you're dirty at home, just be dirty. That's who you are. If you're clean at home, just be clean. You know, if you're a butthole, just be a butthole. That's who you are. If you curse a lot, just curse a lot. That's who you are. If you don't curse at all, don't curse at all. That's who you are. Be who you are, because trying to be someone else is exhausting. It's one of the reasons why so many people have divorce in a marriage. Why? Because in the beginning, your freaking representative was there. Your representative was there for so long, and you were it wasn't even a real person. It was a freaking representative. It was the representative. The representative was just there. It was always the representative, and the representative, oh my goodness, you never opened up a door ever in your life. Now all of a sudden, for the first 2 weeks, you opened up doors. You never sent flowers a day in your life. Now all of a sudden, now you're sending flowers. You never sent candy a day in your life. Now all of a sudden, now you're sending candy. You never sent a good morning text ever in your life. Now all of a sudden, you're sending good morning text. You're sending good night text. You're blowing kisses. You're doing this. You're doing that. Blah, 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 blah. Be your freaking self. So if you were an asshole a long time ago, just continue being an asshole, because guess what? People were attracted to you when you're an asshole, and they're going to keep on being attracted to you. There's some people that just aren't going to like you. Okay, whatever. Just be you. At least you didn't waste energy trying to be somebody else. Why are you trying to waste energy trying to be somebody else? You know how exhausting that is? Oh my, you know how exhausting that is? Man, God, you know how exhausting it is for when people try to put you in a box and try to make you to be somebody that you're not? It's scary, because God did not create you to be somebody that you're not. He created you to be you. You're unique. So if he created you to be you, why are you not being you? Why are you not being you? There is one stinking you. Be you. Be you. Oh, I need to be somebody else. You know, listen, it's like, okay, I drop an F-bomb here and there, blah, blah, blah. Okay, if that offends you, then I'm just being me. I'm being me. It's kind of like, hey, you got the ability to cut the Facebook Live off. Some people like it, some people don't. It's just me. I was boxed up for so doggone long that it's like crazy that I'm let loose right now, because I was boxed up for so long. And when I was boxed up, guess what? People saw it. People realized when I was boxed up. It was like, that ain't even a real say. Something's going on. Because I was boxed up. I was trying to be too boxy. I was trying to fit into a boxer and not say certain things, this, that, and blah, 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 blah. When that's not even me. It's just like, I'm in your face. This is who I am. Like, this is who I am. If people don't like it, then I don't know. I got one life to live. You've got one life to live. So keep wasting it being somebody else. Or live it being who you are. And attract the people that are supposed to be inside of your life. There's going to be some people that are going to like it raw, and there's going to be some people that don't. So there's some people that might pop on my Facebook Lives or look at my post and say, oh, that's too raw for me. That's not for them. And then there might be some people that like, you know, pansy type posts and really nice, you know, house in the prairie videos. And, you know, this is where we are today. And this is what we're going to talk about today. And, you know, and to each his own. If that's how you deliver and that's your thing, more power to you. There's going to be people that are going to love that. There's going to be people that are going to be attracted to that. Okay. But if you want to build your tribe and build it within the essence of who you are, you have to stay who you are. And you have to remember, if you want success, you're going to live in a very uncomfortable position for a little while. It's going to be what it's going to be. You ain't got to listen. Ignore it. Listen, Steve Harvey right now has what, like 72 jobs? I think literally like Steve Harvey has 72 jobs. What's up, Jasmine? I see you. What's happening, Rockstar? Congratulations on your award today. I see you. You go, girl. You go, girl. You go, girl. I got to put my Martin voice on. You go, girl. So think about this. Steve Harvey has about 72 jobs. Some crazy nonsense like that. I mean, legitimately, he's probably got 72 jobs. Now, I want you to think about this. Before he had 72 jobs, he had none. He had zero. He was really uncomfortable. Really uncomfortable. When he had hair on his head, you know, he used to pay his barber $10,000 a week. $10,000 a week to cut his hair. Now let's put this into perspective. He had a flat top. He wasn't like getting the bald fade every 2 days, but he had the straightest hairline in the whole world I've ever seen in my life. But $10,000 a week, 40 grand a month for haircuts, that's a lot. But before he could pay $10,000 a week to get his haircut, he had a bush because he couldn't afford a haircut. He was uncomfortable. Before he had a 20,000 square foot house and a yacht, he was living in his car, uncomfortable. Before Kevin Hart was in every other movie that's at Paramount Pictures right now, he was broke. Before you knew who Tiffany Haddish was in that girl movie, whatever the name of it was, she was doing freaking comedy shows for $500. Broke. Taking showers at the gym where you work out at because she had nowhere to live. Broke. Sleeping on a cot at a friend's house. Broke. Sleeping in the back seat of a freaking car. Broke. Being uncomfortable. But you see the success and forget what it took to get there. You forget the uncomfortable moments that it took. Stop looking at people's life and seeing where they are today and not knowing where they came from. Not realizing how long it took them to be uncomfortable, okay? See, before I had a freaking fish tank flushed into my doggone wall that was a freaking office at the same time. I had a fish bowl with a freaking goldfish in it that I think I killed about 16 of them because I didn't know how to take care of it. Because it was a fish bowl, this little fish bowl with a little goldfish in it. You know, you put like regular water in there and kill a damn fish. Like, that's not how you keep a goldfish. You know what I'm saying? It was a fish bowl. But in order to have a saltwater tank, after a while, it's like, okay, I got to figure out this game of being uncomfortable and changing this water and testing this and testing that and live reef tank and this tank and that tank and blah, 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 blah. So now, like, you see the after effect. Like some of y'all, I love the comments, you know, from some of you saying the fish tank is dope. Okay, cool. Yeah, okay. Well, you didn't see it like 20 years ago when there was a goldfish tank that you had on your desk and you killed Daryl. Daryl was my first goldfish, little Daryl. Poor little Daryl. Poor little Daryl. I killed poor little Daryl. Man, I remember having a fish tank full of piranhas. Nobody told me I shouldn't have a fish tank full of piranhas. I didn't know. Nobody told me. I just wanted piranhas. Like, hey, piranhas. Those are cool. I mean, you started off with 7 piranhas. It's gangster. You know how cool it was to throw a freaking fish in that doggone tank, and all my friends were like, look at that. That is crazy. Then every day a piranha comes missing, and all of a sudden you go from 7 to 8 piranhas down to 2. It's like, hey, what happened to the rest of them? I don't know. They cannibalize themselves because that's what they do. Nobody told me that. Uncomfortable. So think about in the beginning what you had to do and where you are today. There's going to be some processes that you're going to have to go through, and you're going to have to live in that uncomfortable stage as you are learning who you are, as you're learning who other people are, and as you are trying to become the best version of yourself when it comes down to attracting better people in your life that will help you open doors. Because, ladies and gentlemen, guess who opens doors? People. And if you want more doors open, you better be a people attractor, and you better learn to become the best version of you, because people are attracted to the authentic you. They are attracted to the authentic you, not the fake you, because if they are attracted to the fake you, they ain't going to like the real you 3 months later when it shows up, 6 months later when it shows up, because you was faking the funk for so long. So it's kind of like for those of us out here that might be dating, right? Look, be you now, be you now, be you. Don't fake it, because 6 months later, if she sees somebody different, she could be like, that ain't the person that I met. Who is that? But at least up front, if you are who you were up front, it ain't no wondering later. It ain't no wondering later. So a person either likes you for who you are, or they don't like you for who you are. At least you know the truth. At least you know the truth, okay? And you know whether or not you're wasting your time. Life is too short, right? Life is too short. So as I close this out, I want y'all to remember this. You said, I want to be a 6-figure earner. You said, I want to be a 7-figure earner. You said, I want to be an 8-figure earner. What are you doing to stay uncomfortable? So I see my man Tony on here. Tony, what's up, Tony? See, Tony's a big boy. Tony, I'm in a mood tonight, Tony. So I want to use you as a case study. Might not be in the way that you want me to use it in, but because you have thick skin, Tony, I think you could be able to take this. And you a VA cat. 2 up, 2 down. And I know I can give you a shout out on here. And I know I can keep it real with you at the same time. So I'm gonna use Tony as an example, only because I looked here and I saw his name, and that's my boy, and he's from the same city that I'm from. Okay. Now, if I say, hey, Tony, You want to get uncomfortable, Tony? You say, hey, I want to make XYZ in Primerica. You say, you know what? I want to be making $100,000 a month in Primerica. Said, what would you be doing? I want to make $100,000 a month because, you know, Tony is one of the big leaders in Primerica, crushing it, right? Y'all need some insurance or whatever. Holler at my boy Tony. He's a beast in it, right? He's licensed all over the place. Good man. Okay, really, really good guy. He says, hey, I want to make $100,000 a month in Primerica. I want to crush it in Primerica. Said, I'm going to say, great. Tony, I'm on your wall and I see you post this and I see you post that and I see you post this and I see you post that. And I'm going to say, great. Tony, what are you doing from an ebook perspective? What are you doing from a funnel perspective? What are you doing that's making you uncomfortable, that's separating you from all the other people in Primerica? Or do you really think that you're going to keep recruiting and attract all the people that you want by putting up posts on your Facebook wall? By telling people, you know what? You put insurance on your phone, but you won't put insurance on your body. How stupid is that? I'm really going to get a flood of inbox messages from that. No, you're not. No, you're not. You're going to get a couple, or you might get zero, okay? But if I post that every single day, or I post different memes every single day about insurance or this or that, over time, that's gonna die down. But if I create a funnel around it, and I start to get uncomfortable, and I say, well, hold on for a second. I wanna make $100,000 a month. What would I do to make $100,000 a month? What would this person do to make $100,000 a month? How much real estate do I have on the internet? Do you guys realize that internet real estate is more valuable than home real estate? My man, smart man, Tony. Do you realize that internet real estate is more valuable than home real estate? Some of y'all are like, well, what do you mean, Sid? Internet real estate, the real estate that you have online, how many websites do you have? How much real estate do you have out there on the internet? Like, how many houses can you actually live in? In all honesty, if you're stupidly rich, how many houses can you really live in? 2, 3? And you're not even living in them on a regular basis. How many websites can you have? 20, 30, 50, 100? How many can you sell? 20, 30, 50, 100? You ever heard of flipper.com? That you can build up a website, build up a cash flow, and then sell the freaking whole business on flipper.com. People will buy your whole freaking website based upon the volume that you're doing. Oh, you didn't know that, huh? There's a million ways to make $1 million. It's real estate. You got internet real estate. It's the information superhighway. How much real estate do you have out there? You should have a funnel for this, a funnel for that, an ebook for this, a funnel for that, a funnel for this. You should put yourself in a position that you got so much freaking internet real estate that you forgot how many domains that you have. You totally forgot it. Now here's your proof. If you don't even have a GoDaddy account, you ain't got no freaking internet real estate. If all of your domains can fit on page number 1 of your GoDaddy account, you do not have enough internet real estate. Ooh. If all of your domain names can fit on page number 1 of your GoDaddy account, you do not have enough internet real estate. Period. Now, some of y'all are like, I don't understand what you're saying. Great. That means that you're not getting uncomfortable yet. So if you want to understand what I'm saying, then you need to start getting uncomfortable so you can get it. Get it? Did you get that? It's so key. It's so key when it comes to becoming successful to live inside of that uncomfortable zone. Here's another prime example. I keep seeing, typically I would have popped off here by now, but I keep seeing like crazy leaders pop on here, so I got to shout them out. Clifton, what's up, my brother? All right, so Clifton Braun. If you ain't following man Clifton, you're probably losing some money if you ain't following Clifton. Multiple 7-figure earner inside of this industry. One of the most humble cats that I know inside of network marketing. You would not have a clue that he's made so much money that he's made in network marketing because he's humble and he ain't flashy like all these other cats. Okay, I love that about Clifton. Now let's think about this for a second. Clifton put a post up the other day that said, "You think I don't be following this stuff on Clifton? I see you." He said, Colombia, Utah, Mexico, and somewhere else. He named 4 different countries. 4 different countries within a week or so. 4 different countries within a week or so that he had to visit, building his business. You think that's a little uncomfortable? Yeah, I would say that's a little uncomfortable. Hopping on one plane to this plane, 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 going through this customs, going through that customs, going through all these people frisking you down, doing this, stamping your passport, this, that, this country, you know, the average income is $3 grand a year. This country, the average income is 40 grand a year. This country, the average income is $300 a year, whatever. That's uncomfortable. Being in a country that you don't know if they're going to kidnap you or not, that's uncomfortable, right? But in order to get comfortable, what must you do? Be uncomfortable. You think that Clifton can tell his distributors to do what he's doing? Yes, because they see him doing it. They see him doing it. They see him doing it. They see him living inside of that uncomfortability. No wonder he's a multimillionaire inside of network marketing, okay? Because he's living inside of the uncomfortability. He's comfortable being uncomfortable. You got to be comfortable sitting on these small planes, man. You got to be comfortable. You got to be comfortable. Like my man, Johnny Green. I love Johnny. He's probably never going to look at this video. Johnny, another multi-millionaire inside of network marketing. Number super duper humble guy. The only cat that I know that makes the amount of money that he makes is still flying Spirit Airlines. Tighten up, Johnny. Yeah, I said it publicly. Tighten up, Johnny. On Spirit Airlines, right? It's uncomfortable, first of all, to sit in those little ass seats on Spirit. It's uncomfortable, man. That's uncomfortable sitting on Soul Plane and them little ass seats that barely ride back. Like them Soul Plane, man. I don't even know a Soul Plane gonna get to the destination, man. But man, they can get you from one side of the world to the other for $69, man. There's a reason why it's $69, but that's uncomfortable. Now I can't knock anything Johnny doing. I don't make as much money as Johnny. And there's a reason why he's got the amount of money that he got, because he's flying back and forth for $69 and $89, and it's all good. He got way more money than Cedrick Harris. But that is living uncomfortable. He's comfortable being uncomfortable. Are you comfortable being uncomfortable? You say, I want to be a 7-figure earner. You better pay attention to what they're doing. I want to be an 8-figure earner. You better pay attention to what they're doing. How often are they getting uncomfortable? How often are they really doing things they probably really don't want to do, but they're doing it with a smile to you on social media, and you think that it's all good? You think it's all peaches and cream. You think it's all sunflowers and bumblebees because they're smiling, they're waving, they're throwing the peace sign, they're this, they're that. They cut the camera off and the freaking seat is like, oh, crap. You know what I mean? They cut the camera off. It's like, oh, man, I'm in this country over here. Ooh-wee. Ooh-wee. It's interesting out here. Like, it's interesting. You know, like, I better go inside, like, right now. There are certain places that I won't show up at, okay? Because there comes a point that being uncomfortable can be dangerous. It just comes a point that being uncomfortable can be dangerous, but you know the difference, though. Like, I know where I should go and where I shouldn't go. Like, I know certain places, certain neighborhoods that I probably shouldn't be in. I know that if I'm in California, there's certain places that I can go to in California that I probably shouldn't be wearing a certain color. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. Like, you got to know your surroundings at the same time, but you better pay attention to living inside of that uncomfort. So as I close out this Facebook Live, because I went way longer than my anticipation, all I wanted to drill through to each and every one of you is living inside of being uncomfortable. Living inside of it. It might be uncomfortable for you to be on a Facebook Live at 11:45 at night. Live inside of that. Be okay with that. Because maybe you pull one bullet from this video that could help you. I don't know. I'm not sure. But I'm not doing the videos because I'm bored. I mean, it does. Well, I don't know if it helps or not help to be drinking energy drinks at 11 o'clock at night. I'm probably going to cut the neighbor's grass in about an hour. I have so much energy, I'm just going to fire up a lawnmower. I don't even cut my own grass. I'm fire up a lawnmower at 12 o'clock at night in the gated community and start cutting people's grass. They'll be like, this dude is crazy. Somebody call the police on him. But this is how you sell more energy drinks. You want to know how to sell energy drinks? Drink them late at night and then just start going through your neighborhood and cutting everybody's grass. And they'd be like, dude, what are you doing? Man, these energy drinks got me so fired up. I just felt like coming outside, cutting your grass, saving you some money. Really? What kind of energy drink is that? The kind that you need. As soon as I get done cutting your grass, I'm going to sell you a 24-pack. So you just hold tight. But I got 10 more minutes to go because I got to finish cutting this grass because this energy drink got me on fire. Be uncomfortable and be okay with it. And be okay with people judging you being uncomfortable. God, some of y'all keep worrying about what people think about you and what people saying. Man, that stuff gonna get you broke. That stuff gonna get you broke and get you broke fast. Get you broke fast. You better live in your own body and realize that, hey, time is getting short around here. Time is getting real short. So with that being said, I want to thank y'all for popping on this Facebook Live. I know you could have been anywhere in the world and you chose to hang out with me. And some of y'all hung out with me for the past and for the entire 49 minutes, which is crazy. I meant to cut this video to only 20 to 30 minutes, but I don't know. We went a little longer than anticipated. So thank you guys. I appreciate the likes, the shares, the emojis, and all that good stuff. You guys absolutely rock. Let's go out there and live inside of being uncomfortable, because the only way to be comfortable in life is by first embracing and living inside of being uncomfortable. Once you realize that, amazing things will happen inside of your world. With that being said, God bless you all. Until the next time, we'll be here tomorrow doing it all over again with bells and whistles on, God willing. So it's only fair that I end this as I end all the rest of them. Go out there and make somebody smile today. You know why? Because they deserve it, and so do you. See you guys tomorrow. Deuces.